Plaintiffs Corbin Ramirez and Adam Bright are suing their former roommate for a lease termination fee and slander. Corbin and Adam believe the defendant had repeatedly tried to break them up by seducing Corbin. But the defendant, Christina Hone, says that's not true, and Adam was simply jealous of her relationship with Corbin.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Jeanine Pirro presiding.
Hello, James.
Afternoon, Judge. You may be seated.
All right. Adam Bright and Rafael Ramirez are suing their former roommate for lease termination fee, a cell phone termination fee, and slander. Is that correct, Adam and Rafael?
Yes.
All right. How did you meet the defendant?
I met Christina in 2005. We became best friends. We hung out together all the time. Mm-hmm. In September 2007, she moved in with me and my boyfriend, Adam, who's here. She started spiraling out of control. She prided herself on making gay guys straight. She would talk about it all the time, saying, I can't wait to turn a gay guy straight. She always needed either to be in a relationship or to ruin someone else's relationship.
Since Corbin and I have started dating and since we have started a relationship, Christina has repeatedly tried to go through and break us up over and over again. We've gone through.
Why do you care about them? Have you tried to break them up?
No, Your Honor.
No, that's not true.
How could she break you up?
No,
what should she do to break you up?
By causing issues between us. She's been trying to get with Corbin since they've been.
Who's Corbin?
Raphael. Sorry, he goes by Corbin. I apologize. But she's been trying to go through and get with Corbin since she's met him, and there's been constant issues there.
The first thing that Adam ever said to me was, I'm going to take your friend away from you. It's the first thing that he ever said to me.
That is not true.
Well, what do you care if you don't have a romantic relationship?
She cares about me.
Well, I cared about him as a friend. You know, at one point, maybe I did want to have a relationship with him, but
the truth comes out.
But that was besides the point. During the time that we were all living together, Adam has called me names over my weight, like Shamu. You know, which is really rude to say.
Rude. It's very rude
to say that about somebody. It hurts my feelings.
Of course it is.
And and Raphael or Corbin, he never defended me whatsoever about any of that.
Yeah, but that's his boyfriend. Why should he take your side with a ruin his relationship?
Yeah, but he should at least say, hey, that's not very nice to say.
I agree. You should never call anyone names.
No.
And
you know what? Apologize to her. Apologize.
I'm sorry for not calling you any names, Christina.
Oh, no.
I did not call her any names like that.
You did not?
I did not. If I did, I would be a man and I would own up to it.
Let me tell you something. He's your boyfriend, okay?
Yes.
You're jealous. If you truly believe she's coming after him, she admits that they were friends. She even went so far as to admit she might have been interested in him. I'm sure you called her a name.
I did
not.
not.
Look at me. I'm sure you called her a name. Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying. What I have called her is the B word. I have called her the B word.
All right, then apologize to her for that.
I'm sorry for calling you
the B word.
Yeah, the B word.
Okay. All right. So, have you said enough about them?
Yeah.
You feel better now?
I do.
Nothing that you said is relevant to this lawsuit. Do you realize that?
No, I mean, I'm just letting you know how we met and how everything came about.
Okay, what are you suing her for?
I am suing her for lease termination.
Well, show me the lease that you two entered into, or that the three of you entered into.
We have a statement from the complex.
I do have a lease.
Christina? All right, let's see.
This is the lease from 436, the one that they're suing me on.
Okay. Thank you, Jimmy. All right, so what we have is a 5-month lease. Everybody agrees to it. Everybody's happy. You're moving in together. We know what the rent is. We're splitting it down the middle. Is that correct?
No, this lease is just her lease that I co-signed for her.
Right. He was not living there.
Even though it says that you're a lessee.
Mm-hmm.
You're not a lessee.
I co-signed for her because she couldn't afford a $500 deposit on that apartment.
All right, so you commit fraud by putting your name as a lessee on this lease, Raphael?
Well,
I guess.
Now, and what is the arrangement as it relates to the payment of the rent?
I was paying all the rent for that apartment.
Okay. Do you guys end up moving in together?
We ended up living together after I had to break the lease from that apartment.
Okay.
So.
You are suing her for a lease termination.
Mm-hmm.
What lease?
That lease.
Lease that you have right there in front of you that I signed on with her. She broke the lease, and now it's affecting my credit. It's over $2,300. She's only paying $100 a month.
I see. So what you're saying is that when she broke the lease, even though you were not a lessee and a tenant because you co-signed or
Now it's affecting
fraudulently
me.
said you were a lessee, you feel that you should be able to, because your credit is at stake, sue her to make the payment so that your credit stays good.
And
Yes, Your Honor.
We have a statement from the complex right here that shows the payments that she has made. She made one payment in 7/30, and then she also made another payment in 8/29. She has not made a payment for this last month, and
Yes,
she hasn't
I have.
made a payment for the current month either. And the original agreement I was there for, and she agreed to pay $450 a month, not $100 a month,
No.
because after 6 months, the complex is going to go through and put it through collections.
$2,400 balance at a move out. Okay, so you're saying you only had to pay that by $100 a month?
yeah,
You owe $2,400, and you have a letter from Park Vista saying amount to be paid, Park Vista, $100 each month. What makes you think that your credit is in jeopardy?
Because I can't lease in an apartment when an apartment says I was evicted and owe money.
Okay. All right. But they are not going after her. She has worked out some arrangement apparently with the landlord, which says that she can pay $100.
What the landlord had gone through and stated, Your Honor, was that after 6 months at $100 payments, they were going to go through and turn it over to a collection agency
Let's
at
see.
that point in time. We don't have anything about that.
But then do you think possibly your lawsuit is premature, that it should go into collection? Or are you trying to prevent it from
I
going
want
into
to
trying
prevent
to
it 'cause I
prevent
don't
it.
want it to
Yeah,
affect my
I see
credit
what
or
you're doing.
anything.
And Christina's saying that the agreement was only $100, but that's not true. We have a letter that we sent to her. We have
Yeah.
a copy of the letter right here that was sent out on 7/24 saying that it was $450, and that's what she had agreed to. So we did go through and send that out
But what
to her.
I've got here, they're not saying that she's in any way delinquent. Okay. All right. Who are you?
I'm a witness. Christina's best friend, Chris Baker, Your Honor.
Come on up, Chris. What do you want to tell me?
I've known Christina for about 5 years, and I share a vehicle with her. She's never paid late or, I also share a cell phone with her. I've never had a problem with Christina. I'm in a relationship too. She's never caused problems between me and my relationship.
Okay. All right. Now sit down. You know why that's irrelevant? It's like someone who is charged with murder saying, but I've never murdered anybody before. It doesn't matter that she hasn't had a problem with you. What matters is she's having a problem with them. Now, you're telling me she owes you for lease termination because you're worried it's going to affect your credit. Tell me about the cell phone termination fee.
In July 2008, she needed a cell phone, so I bought her one on my plan.
Why?
Because I trusted her, I cared about her, I thought she was a good person. I didn't know that she was going to keep adding bills onto
Didn't
my
Adam
credit.
tell you she wasn't?
Repeatedly.
But I had a friend and I had a person I loved, so.
All right. So what do you give her?
I got her a cell phone and she decides to go ahead and take it and not even give it back to me. She refuses to give me back the cell phone, and now I have a line that's open that I'm having to pay $10 a month that I had to stop because she's not willing to pay on the bill. And to eliminate the line, it's going to cost me $175 through the cell phone company.
Okay. Are you paying them?
the cell phone, the actual phone itself, I paid for that. You know,
Right.
then I also gave him the 2 months that I had the phone. Well, I was supposed to have it for 2 months, but they shut off the phone on the 2 days after they kicked me out of their apartment because, you know, they asked me to come live with them.
Is this after you moved out of this place?
Yeah, this is after moving.
So after she moves out of there, you invite her to come and live with you?
The reason why she ended up not getting into her place is because she had gotten into a car accident. She got into a car accident because she was looking at porn on her phone. But we said, okay, here's the deal. You pay the cancellation fee for the complex, you give them a notice, and we'll go through and have you stay with us until you can get back on your feet.
Why are you looking at porn on the phone while you're driving?
You know,
On the freeway.
yeah, it was rush hour traffic, and
Oh, that gives it more reason to look for porn on the
yes,
phone.
it was a mistake I made, and I realize that now. You know, but I am paying my tickets and everything, and you know, paying for all that stuff myself.
You got
know?
arrested?
No,
What do you mean paying for a ticket?
I had because they gave me a ticket for careless driving and for non-insurance.
You didn't have insurance?
Yes, because of all the other things that I had. I was out of work for 2 weeks because I hurt my leg.
What do you do normally?
I'm a taxi driver.
taxi driver, driving people for a living, and you're getting into an accident because you're looking at porn on the phone while you're driving a taxi. What's wrong with you?
I wasn't in my taxi. It was in my personal car.
Oh, I feel better. Okay. Anything else you want to say? I think I'm afraid to ask any more questions. I am. I mean, I just, Now, you're here to sue her for money. Prove to me she owes you money.
The cell phone termination, it's $175 through the company. That is valid. The cell phone issue, we agreed to go through and let her use the line off of the cell phone plan that we had, provided she still stay under the house and provided that she was making progress towards paying off the complex and towards paying off her other bills.
I see.
Now, when she left, the agreement was she either turns over the phone or she gives $175 to cancel out the line.
Okay, what about the slander? You have a slander claim.
I was working also at the cab company. As soon as she ended up defaulting on payments towards the cell phone and towards the complex, we said, you know what, you need to find another place to live by the end of the month. Because she was staying with us, we said, we'll give you to the end of the month to go through and do that. Over at work, they would go through and sit there and gawk at me and make me feel uncomfortable and talk to the other cab drivers that were standing outside.
And say what?
Just about us, just lies, just about us going through and kicking her out, us not giving her a place to go.
You really think that's slander?
Just stupid stuff like that,
Adam, do you think that's slander? You just said it yourself. It's stupid stuff.
It is stupid stuff.
It's stuff the kids say in high school. Here's the issue. The issue is whether or not the defendant is liable to the plaintiffs for a lease termination, cell phone termination, and slander. The slander is ridiculous. Now, cell phone cancellation fee, absolutely. You got $175. Here is the problem. The problem is that you are suing for the lease termination fee and for the money that she owes, the $2,300 to the, what is the name of this company? The Park Vista Apartments. Your lawsuit, as far as this court is concerned, is premature. And what that means is until she is actually in default, and she made all the right moves, okay? She made the decision to go to the Park Vista Apartments to work out a pay plan of $100 a month where they've agreed to accept it. So I am dismissing that cause of action without prejudice. That means that you can bring it again if she goes into default. And learn something, Corbin, Raphael, yes. All right? Never put your credit on the line. I don't care if she's your best friend. You know what? If she's going to have the money, let her get the money. All right, they always say, and I see it every day, they always say, I'm going to get the money. I got the money from a tax return, all right? Or I'm getting the money from my family. You know what? Then wait to do what you want to do until you get the money. All right, let that be a lesson. You go forward with your life. You're in a good place. Verdict on behalf of the plaintiffs, $175. So ordered.